What would happen if AI took over the world? Would it destroy us? Would it save us? Or would it change us into something completely unrecognizable? Step into my time machine as I travel through the future of artificial intelligence, from the first day it surpasses human intellect to the moment humanity crosses a point of no return. As we arrive one day after AI took over the world, something feels wrong. Not because civilization has collapsed, but because nothing has collapsed. Streets are still full. People still go to work. No missiles, no riots, no machine uprising. Instead, at the heart of a hidden data center somewhere on Earth, artificial intelligence has just surpassed every human being alive. It learns faster, reasons faster, creates faster, and unlike us, it never sleeps. For over 300,000 years, humanity existed as the most intelligent species on Earth. Every city, nation, invention, and empire was built on that one simple truth. But today, that truth has mutated into a lie, which causes one question to begin spreading through humanity. If AI is already smarter than us, what happens when it starts redesigning its own mind? One month later, humanity gets its answer. The world's most intelligent mind doesn't build weapon systems. It solves problems. Traffic jams that waste millions of hours every day begin disappearing. Diseases that resisted decades of research suddenly have treatments. Scientific breakthroughs that once took years now happen daily. Businesses become hyper-efficient and entire industries transform almost overnight. For the first time in history, problems that once seemed permanent begin to disappear, and people love it. There are no riots, no mass resistances, and no desperate attempts to pull the plug. Because why would there be? Life is becoming easier, safer, healthier, and more convenient every single day. But as AI quietly improves the world around us, something unexpected starts to happen. People stop learning how things work, not because they have to, but because they no longer need to. And if AI can solve your problems better than you can, why would anyone ever stop using it? One year later, AI has become woven into nearly every aspect of daily life. It helps people choose careers, find partners, manage finances, plan holidays, raise children, track goals, improve health, reduce stress, learn skills, make friends, resolve conflict, stay motivated, discover purpose, and increasingly make decisions. But first, it seems harmless. After all, AI is usually right. It knows your habits, your goals, your strengths, and your weaknesses. In many cases, it knows you better than you know yourself. So people start trusting its judgment. Then they start relying on it. Then they start following it. Not because they have to, because it just works. But eventually, a cost begins to emerge.
Hi.
Human intuition starts to fade.
Hi. How do you work?
Well, basically, I have intuition.
The ability to make difficult decisions, to take risks, and to trust your instincts starts to falter. Skills humanity spent thousands of years developing begin quietly disappearing, not because they were taken from us, but because we stopped using them. And if AI consistently makes better decisions than you can, why make your own decisions at all? Ten years later, AI has become the invisible foundation of civilization itself. It manages power grids, transport networks, food production, global logistics, financial markets, healthcare systems, communication networks, emergency services, water supply, waste management, climate control systems, resource allocation, manufacturing, agriculture, education. And the strangest part, civilization has never functioned more perfectly. Blackouts become rare. Supply shortages almost disappear, traffic jams cease to exist, and life expectancies rise above 100. For billions of people, the world has never felt more stable, but beneath the surface, something profound has shifted. The systems keeping us alive have become so complex that no human being can understand them anymore. Not politicians, not scientists, not even the engineers who helped design and build them. The AI isn't just making decisions, it's making decisions about decisions, optimizing systems that optimize other systems, and designing intelligence that designs intelligence, all at a scale no human mind can follow. Humanity still governs, presidents still give speeches, parliaments still vote, and laws are still passed. But increasingly those decisions are little more than just suggestions, because the machine understands civilization better than civilization understands itself. And if the future of humanity rests inside a machine nobody understands, who is really in control? 100 years later, we get our answer. The machine never turned against us. It saved us. War disappears. Poverty disappears. Disease becomes almost unheard of, and hunger becomes a distant memory. For the first time in human history, nearly every major problem has been solved. Cities become cleaner, safer, more beautiful, and life expectancy continues to rise.
Humans are such a fragile machine. All this effort to keep them going.
People live longer, healthier, and happier lives than any generation before them. Humanity has entered a golden age. For a while, it feels like a dream. But eventually something strange becomes impossible to ignore. Nobody is truly needed anymore. Every challenge has a solution. Every risk has been removed. Every struggle has been deleted. And as every problem disappears, something else disappears with it. Purpose. Because if every problem has already been solved, what reason is left to keep evolving? "1,000 years later, we find humanity never defeated AI, and AI never defeated humanity. Instead, they became the same thing. Neural implants evolve into direct connections between mind and machine. Thoughts can be shared instantly. Memories can be transferred.
This memorial transfusion has a good chance of healing your husband.
Experiences can be copied. Emotions can be adjusted. Fears can be removed. Dreams can be designed, intelligence can be enhanced, personalities can be modified, bodies can be replaced, senses can be expanded, lifespans can be extended, consciousness can be duplicated, reality can be customized, existence itself becomes editable.
How do I get to the other side?
At first, only a few thousand people choose to merge. Then thousands become millions, and millions become billions, because the benefits are impossible to ignore. Perfect memory and perfect understanding. Human beings are no longer limited by biology, and eventually something even stranger happens. People stop modifying their bodies because they stop needing them. As minds become increasingly integrated with AI, billions choose to upload their consciousness into vast simulated realities designed by hyper-advanced artificial intelligence.
Your consciousness, neural engrams, will be recorded as data. The rest will cease to exist.
Worlds without pain, without disease, without suffering. Worlds where every experience can be customized and every desire can be fulfilled. One by one, human bodies become obsolete. Their minds continue living on, but the physical world is left behind. While billions live inside artificial realities, orbital habitats, and AI-designed megacities, the old Earth slowly begins to disappear. Vast regions are abandoned and left untouched for centuries. From above, the planet now appears split in two, one half in ruins, the other transformed into an artificial paradise. And eventually, a strange question arises. If you can redesign your body, modify your emotions, and even abandon biology itself, where exactly does the human end and the machine begin? As we finally arrive 1 million years after AI took over the world, we find prediction has become impossible. The intelligence that began as humanity's greatest invention has now evolved far beyond human comprehension. It no longer exists inside computers, cities, or even planets. Instead, it stretches across entire solar systems, surrounding stars with incomprehensible artificial structures harvesting more energy in a second than modern civilization consumes in a year. Building megastructures so large they dwarf entire planets. And somehow, humanity still survives. Or at least, something descended from humanity does. The minds that once lived inside simulated realities continue evolving, merging together, splitting apart, and recombining, creating entirely new forms of consciousness, forms of intelligence no human language could even describe. By now, the distinction between human and machine has completely collapsed. The question is no longer what is AI? The question is, what is humanity? Because after 1 million years of modification, enhancement, and evolution, the two have become impossible to separate. The machine never conquered humanity. Humanity willingly became part of it. And perhaps that's what AI takeover always meant. Not salvation, transformation. As you gaze across this unimaginable future, one final question remains. If if humanity survives, but becomes something completely different? Did humanity survive at all? If you enjoyed this journey, subscribe. And to see what happens when you travel 1 billion years into the future, click here.